Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Honkai Star Rail. Alright guys, so after having a little bit of thought and thinking carefully, I want to do Yunli's story quest. So, because this is a time for them to finally shine. And well, we did March, we did Yukong, so it is normal that we do Yunli's here. It was from the last patch too, but I am a little curious on what is going to happen on Yunli's banner. Yunli was presented to us as someone that was goofy, you know? That someone that, I don't know, didn't take things seriously, but she is quite the opposite. When she fought Kool-Aid, I mean, she was kind of excited when she fought Kool-Aid. Nevertheless, she was still careful about everything that she did and how the plans went. Even in teaching March, she was still not reserved but cautious. Like even she may seem like a doofus, but she clearly doesn't, and she even showed that with Yenching. She didn't really wanted to give him his sword back, but she did in the end. And nonetheless, even if she was going to participate on the warden, she didn't, and she genuinely cared for Yenching when he got injured and when he almost got struck by Hule. She was impressed when Yenching defeated Hule in that way, and how she managed to uphold Fei Xiao when they were fighting her. She was even the one that blocked her axe or something. She was the one holding her axe, and it was so impressive. I think it is worth taking a look at what this girl is thinking about, and I don't know it for sure, but I think it's. But I'm kind of curious. I am curious. But before we do that, let's see. So after I left the Divination Commission, I received this message from March 7. She said that I should go to her room because she found something amazing. And what is it? What did you find? You know when you're here. Hurry! Okay, so March is asking us to go to her room and see what she found out. So let's head back to the... Oh god. To the Astral Express. But first, let me get this down a little bit because I have the Robinson. If I can stop one heart from breaking, and I know the issue there. Fu! Fu Xuan? Oh, wait, no. Oh, I thought it was. No, this is the boss battle with Fei Xiao, isn't it? Oh, I forgot about it. Good thing this is not so. Good thing I changed it. I kind of forgot. Okay.
Nice.
Let's go and see March then. Oh, the music changes? I guess it's because we are about to see March. Oh no. March!
Huh? I just found this in my pocket. How did it get there?
What is it?
It looks like a light cone. Didn't that weird voice in the Matrix say something about a parting gift?
Yep.
I guess this is it. My origin, huh? I don't know why, but the voice sounded friendly to me.
I trust your intuition.
Well, guess I'll keep it then. Jumping through all those hoops in the Matrix was pretty exhausting. But this little gift makes me feel like it was worth it.
Yeah.
I'll have to find time to thank Miss Fu Xuan properly. I
Oh, yeah, this is it. Her origin. Lycon gifted by the Garden of Recollection to March 7. The memory sealed within is none other than her origin, quote unquote. Well, it's her origin because that's where this new person that is known as March 7 was found. Is it a 3-star? Really? Couldn't you have made it a 4-star at least? An eagle born on mighty wings will never miss the cliffs. If once fell from, and a full-mast ship would never miss the beach where she once ran around. And you, my child, know that the past is as intangible as a hazy mirage. But everything you experience right now will surely be etched in stone by those who come after. Interesting. Okay, now that that's done, let's go and meet with Yunli then. So that's what that is. They did the messenger from the Garden of Recollection did said that. Don't forget.
It's still early. Where to now?
Alright. So what we will do next is look or do Yunli's story quest. But okay, I have a question. Why on earth did the messenger from the Garden of Recollection will leave that Lycon onto March's room? And why on earth was it a 3-star? It should have been at least a 4-star. It's supposed to be the memory of your past, the memory of her origin. Is it really that? Is it really that worth it to be to be a 3-star? Lycon? I mean, sometimes 3-star Lycons are good compared to other 5-stars, but I would say that's booked. So, that aside, let's start Yunli's story quest, shall
Ever
we?
since March started learning swordplay from Yancheng and Yunli, her voice has been absent on the express.
What?
I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
Oh, Yunli? We're missing Yunli. Have you seen March 7? She didn't turn up for practice. Why don't you just message her? I plan... This freaker. Well, I was planning to look for her. Oh, if I can't find March 7, then I can only seek out her legal guardian, which is you. I'm not her legal guardian. I'm not her legal guardian. No use talking to her guardians. Well, yeah, I'm not her legal guardian per se, I'm just there. First off, I'm definitely not March's legal guardian. You can go look for Mr. Yang or Miss Himeko. If they're not there, you can find Dan Han. Too many names, can't remember. I was ordered to instruct her in the ways of the sword. She can skip this class, but I can skip my duty. We need to talk about your child's behavior. She's not my. How can you say she's my child? No. My child's behavior? What? How about this? You come find me at Aurum Alley. I'll wait for you. Okay. How can I be a child, bro? How can I have a child behavior? I know I'm a little silly, but I wouldn't say child behavior. What are you talking about? Wait. What is she talking about? Alright. Let's use this. Wait. Why are you passing now? You're ruining my. I'm back. Sorry, I had to leave. First, some seller was screwing me over, and then, well, I took that and take a little break to the restroom again. Using water is not to refresh your throat is not good, but what can you do? I mean, it is good, but like you're going to be going to the restroom every 5 minutes. But besides, we already did two, so let's do a third one. I am offended. How can she say I have a child behavior? How? I mean, she's not wrong, but still, I can. I would take. I'm very open. Here she is. There she is. Yunli! No. Can I see? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's going good. What is Jonathan doing here? Wait.
Ah, there you are.
Hi.
I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found.
I wonder why. So now need to keep looking for March 7. Maybe March 7 is actually.
Nope. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class.
Oh, oh.
Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately.
Well, that's good.
She deserves a day off.
That's good.
Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me. So, I can understand where she's coming from.
I see. So then, can I go back? Looks like she learned it from her mom. What?
Don't make excuses for her. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food.
Hey,
I'm more interested in you today.
me? Interested in what? Let me be clear. I'm not learning swordplay from you. Well, really? Her swordplay technique seems interesting.
Let's walk and talk.
Sure. Alright then. Hey! Wait! Hold on!
Lingsha told me there's tasty food in Aurum Alley. Let's go there.
Oh. Yeah, it is really good, the food here, so.
A table for 2, please.
All right, come on in. What would you like?
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
What?
The entire menu?
Oh!
Do you think it'll be enough?
Yeah, she's worried we won't be able to finish it all. I don't have much money on me right now.
Oh, don't worry. There are 2 of us.
Yunli looks at you confidently.
Well, then I'll start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Wow. Are you sure we don't need to look for March?
No, I've thought about it. She deserves a day off.
Oh, okay. It would be fun if she didn't. Wait, no. She would meet with the 2 of them, March, Yanqing and Yunli, no? Do you usually eat a lot?
Yeah. I mean, not too much, actually.
It was the entire
Says
menu!
never be stingy when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
I don't eat much. My stomach is a bottomless pit. No, I will say that.
Then eat to your heart's content.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. So, did you just say you're interested in me?
Well, to be more precise, I'm interested in your sword. Yanqing mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape. So, I've always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
Well, you'll be curious. Alright, it's nothing special. It's not a sword, it's a baseball bat. Alright, it's nothing special.
Seriously? A bat?
Yep. Are you disappointed?
Just the opposite. This is fascinating.
You place your beloved bat, your most trusted companions, perhaps second only to the likes of March, Danhan, Walk, Himeka, Pampam, before Yunli's
So,
game.
it really is a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape, so, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master, so your bat actually reflects your habits and nature, you know?
Wow. That makes sense.
Let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Yeah. Have you been secretly filming? Oh, you're mistaken. I always follow the rules. No. She would say that.
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something silly like
Something
rules
silly?
are made to be broken.
What?
I've come across so many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down.
Wait. You take people's swords by force and melt them down? But what if you make a mistake?
Yes, but only for those who cross the line. Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons. But just looking at a sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Yeah.
Miss Yunli, for talented sword masters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for yourself. But for people like her who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage.
What?
It has been a while,
Really?
Miss Nameless.
Really? Is that what? Is that the excuse that they made for us to not participate in the war dance?
And you are?
Oh, this is Madame Anjua. This is Madame Yukong's secretary.
Thank you for your introduction, Miss Nameless. I'm Xikue, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since this person is an old acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello.
Oh, are you hosting any guests, Miss Xikue?
Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Xikue, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
So that's what that is.
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the Xianzhou Luofu wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. It's completely different from my homeland.
You
Once
bet
the
it is.
formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling. And then my mission will be complete. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier.
Let's talk about Kalevala.
Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at any time.
Your Excellency.
Even though the
What?
trade route just opened, it still might take around 200 system hours to get there from Pier Point. But our planet is really great. Yeah, sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive Supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity.
Well, we don't have the express, so like one warp jump should be enough. Let's talk about the sword.
Oh, you mean the Mieka Kivesa? It's an incredible sword. That weapon helped the legendary heroes of my homeland slay demons. It is highly revered. It also has the power to choose monarchs. All the ancient kings of Kalevala received a sign from the sword, showing they were worthy to rule the land. According to tradition, each monarch would plunge the sword into a stone, and only a hero recognized by the sword could pull it out and ascend to the throne next.
Is this some sort of biometric technology? That sword can actually appoint worthy monarchs?
Well, those are just legends from the past. No one today has witnessed it firsthand.
So, okay, so this is the sword that Huai Yang was going to fix and gift to whoever won the Wardens. Ooh. Interesting. So, I am interested in seeing this sword actually. Why don't you keep the sword for yourselves?
Well, times have changed, and now that we have a council in place, the idea of a sword crowning a king has become a joke. Besides, it wasn't a native of Kalevala who last pulled out the sword and recognized its connection to the Xianzhou ship. It was a visitor from afar.
What? And who could that be?
Well, the sword holds great historical significance for Kalevala. It doesn't truly belong to our world.
Oh.
The old-timers on council had a heated debate about whether to return the sword. They eventually unanimously agreed to let the Mieka Kivesa return to where it truly belongs. That's
see.
the best possible outcome.
Okay, I'm going to witness its return too.
Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
Okay. Yunli, want to talk?
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the sword to be honest. I love to take a look at that sword too.
I know, right? Thanks to March 7th skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always
Hey,
asks me
now.
to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird. But now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
Yeah, let's go. Couldn't agree more. How can Yunli think I am March's legal retainer or what?
Where to now?
Legal retainer? Something like that? There's more Mr. Yang and Himeko, but I am March's I don't know, buddy.
There you are. Come on. Let's go to the ceremony together.
Okay, let's go. Oh, Agenti's here? Oh, that's right. He was on the Wardens event. But why is he here
Please
so
allow me
early?
to offer a sincere compliment to my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris.
Whoa.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend. Glad to meet you again.
And he's finally voiced again.
Who is this weirdo.
Oh no.
I mean, who is this knight?
Weirdo.
I'm
Weirdo.
Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Xianzhou. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yunli.
What a beautiful name. I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to be so well informed. Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Wow.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony. On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kifesa to the Xianzhou Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Xianzhou Luofu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland. Mieka Kivesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Gu Yin. It was forged by Han Guang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Flame Wheel Forge.
Wait. Hongguang?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Gu Yin, to the Luofu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Luofu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Now, esteemed knight and delegation members, please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hongguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now. I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all.
Right. What? I don't know how to react. Maybe I shouldn't. I wouldn't know how to react.
Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yunli, please, go for now. is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me?
Sure thing, General. Is it really my place to get involved in your family matters? Sure thing. I'll make sure she doesn't get into any trouble. But is it okay? I mean, he asked me to, but is it okay actually?
Don't worry about it. I need your help on this.
Okay,
I apologize
I understand.
for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
At the fervent plea of Hyan, you temporarily depart from the palace of... From the palace!
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
I really wouldn't know how to react, man. I really wouldn't know. It was so sudden. I mean, I knew that she... I knew that she had her, that was her sword. That sword was from her father's, but I mean, it made sense. Why else would she make that face? I mean, she was so impressed by that name. So I thought about it. It must have been related to her, but this much? A cursed sword? Are you sure? I don't know for sure. That's why I wouldn't know how to react. First, it was her a sword created by her father. Then she wanted to melt down the sword, just to claiming to be cursed. I don't know how. I wouldn't know how to react. I wouldn't. It was so. Oh, so quick. So everything. I don't know. I don't know. How would you have react? I will observe a bit more.
Stop watching me and say something.
What's wrong?
Did Grandpa send you to look for me? I bet he did.
Oh, so now you're a mind reader? Actually, yeah.
Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me.
No one can help you if you don't explain what's going on. You think I'm just going to let you cause more trouble? Well, this is true.
Grandpa sent you here. Surely he doesn't want you to help me. Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one.
So it has been... so it's a sword that's been cursed. So it's like a sacred sword that's been corrupted?
You've clearly heard a lot of folk tales. But that's not the kind of cursed sword I'm talking about. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill. Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength.
With something like that, March 7 could graduate in just one day. So we're kind of but you already are good with it.
I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story. While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like
continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk.
Yeah, like a parasite, you know? That's how parasites work.
Soon enough, he'll no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts.
So that sounds oddly familiar. So it's like being possessed by a Heliobus.
Oh, so you're familiar with Heliobi. That makes this much easier to explain. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with Heliobi,
Oh,
as he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made.
why would you use... Why? So Gun is one of those cursed swords? So your father sealed a Heliobus inside that sword?
I know, I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas?
Maybe there are other ways out of the Palace of Astro. No, it
Looks like
doesn't
they're
seem
not going
like
to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission.
Fair enough.
It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years. I have to go now.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword? Maybe I should keep an eye on her.
Yeah, that's part of the best. But I can't believe this. How on earth would someone use... Well, not on earth. On the CN show, for crying out loud. They know how dangerous Heliobusters are. The fact that someone melted a sword and fused a Heliobus into that sword is just ludicrous. It's insane! How could they allow that?
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
Excuse me.
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship Commission. Do you know her?
Yeah.
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
I know her. She's from the Xiangshu Shuming. Shuming's Artisanship Commission.
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
She said something like, I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff? I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions?
Oh.
What if she's planning to steal something?
Well, let's go to the chase. Where did she go?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Okay.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
I don't think so. She's quite skilled, so... I doubt that. Oh, there she is! Whoa! Like I said,
What are you doing here? Look, if I get into trouble, it's my problem. I don't want to drag you into it.
Well, is this really the time to talk about that? I promise you, Grandpa, that I keep an eye on you.
Fine. Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Time to test our rapport.
There's more to life. All things are as one.
Like fireflies to a flame, life begets death. I will fight for my son.
Until everything burns to
Yes. Territory is nothing.
The mood is set just right.
Let the show begin. With this automaton is done for.
Firefly.
Type 4 in position. I shall set the seas ablaze.
Did the rhythm get messed up? Let's
Let's improvise. Wait,
Every petal in life's garden
let me give you
will be
another.
swept
Let me
away
give Firefly another turn.
by the wind of time.
Or maybe the whole team. I don't know.
So this is the warmth of life. Pay attention. This
It's more than a battle. Oh, it turns out I didn't need it. But better safe than sorry.
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out. This place is heavily guarded, but there's nothing but automatons. Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
Of course. I'm here to stop you. I can't just stand there and watch you get in trouble. You know, this cursed sword isn't just your problem.
No, it's not. Grandpa made a promise to the delegation, and going back on his word would tarnish his reputation and make things difficult for the Luofu.
And the Xiumi.
Cursed sword here will also make things difficult for the Luofu. So all things considered, the best outcome is for me to melt that sword down and take all the blame. You probably think I'm being impulsive and unreasonable, right?
Well, I just feel like you're too obsessed with cursed swords. So you are so aware after all.
No, really. Do I come across that way? Well, I guess I can't deny it.
Now, you can have a chance to explain yourself. Looks like this is a sensitive topic.
Seems like you've met a lot of people who don't tell you the whole story.
Yep, you bet I do. Why don't you just tell me everything?
Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break. I already told you about Guyan. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you. Honestly, I don't remember much about him. All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing. I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others. The swords crafted by the Pyrogyre Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility. With these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace. However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar. Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires. And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged. It was so sudden and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre Forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony. My tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Hangguang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs. When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them, and Guyun will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants. I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword.
But the delegation calls it the Sword of Heroes. I think you should talk to General Huayan about it.
So, you're saying, even though Grandpa knew it was a cursed sword, he still chose it to be a prize because he thought it wouldn't cause any trouble?
Mm-hmm.
No. No matter how I think about it, something is definitely off. Grandpa didn't tell me anything about the ceremony. He must be hiding something. Besides, after our argument today, you want me to go back and talk to him now? No way. At least not today. Maybe tomorrow. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit.
Go away, Lady
Well,
Dad.
I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyun until he gives me his reasons.
Don't forget to apologize to General Huayan.
Yeah. I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Is this the end?
I
No.
should go back to the Palace of Astrum and tell General Huayan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Yep, it's better that way. It's good that she let it all out. It's good for you to talk through these things. Huh. Where are Cloud Knights here? We weren't here in the first place. Oh, I'll take that. General Huayan, how you doing?
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she, young lady?
Well, long story short, you explained what happened in detail and Huayan's nervous
Sorry
expressions
for all
and
this
everything.
trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Han Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Juming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts.
So he thought using Heliobite to absorb emotion. He thought of using Heliobite to impart combat experience.
By infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, but they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords. No matter how noble Hongguang's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
That's why you didn't want her to see the sword?
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes.
That's
Despite
a
her
reasonable
vow to
reason.
hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds.
Ugh.
I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
Does that sword really contain a Helios?
Fu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Hongguang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobai as forging material, and Hongguang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost.
And Yunli plans to talk to you tomorrow.
I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
So that's why they were taking so long to take the sword out, and also why she couldn't find the sword where it was. Master Gonshu, there is something I want to talk with you about. General Huayan gave the Luofu a sword called Gunyun. Don't worry, General Huayan has already confirmed his instructions right. I heard from my apprentice that a young lady with a sword barged into the Artisanship Commission. That's General Huayan's granddaughter, right? Is she here to chat or kidnap me? She's come down now. She already promised that she wouldn't take Gunyun until we've confirmed the situation. What? She's coming to steal the sword? My nerves can't take much more of this. The Knight of Beauty just escorted the sword to the Artisanship Commission. It is currently in the armory without a chance for compromise or mishaps. You just relax. When I have time, I want to hear that girl. Tell me why she tried to steal the blade. Okay.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
I'm a pretty lady like her never gets tired. Totally exhausted. A pretty lady like her never gets tired? I never get tiring.
I'll be counting on you then.
Well.
Time to go back and find that class skipping March 7th.
Yep. So now we still look finish it all. You return to Express and came face to face with March 7. Cut skipping class. Oh, you got March. Sipping milk tea and gossiping time slip away unnoticed the next. Oh, okay. You there? Are you able to cooperate with us for a bit? Care to come to the Artisanship Commission? What's the matter? Something happened to the sword? I don't like the music, it's quite agitated. Whoa, I didn't say anything. How do you know? That's correct. The Artisanship Commission said they received a sword yesterday from General Huayan. Today, when we checked, the sword had vanished. Anyway, the Realm Keeping Commission is officially conducting an investigation and is interrogating the relevant individuals. Do you suspect me? I'll tell them to be careful. I told Master Gonshu yesterday to keep carefully watch on the sword. Does he know about the current situation? Yeah, he reported this case anyway. Anyone who attended yesterday's ceremony and lacks a clear a clear alibi will be considered a suspect. The craftsman also mentioned a young girl who broke into the Artisanship Commission with a sword in hand. She bears the book of suspicion. Alright, enough chatter. I'll see you at the Artisanship Commission. Ah, great. Like, what's he sleeping in March 7th room? Like, what? The frick? Alright, okay. Let's go. In March. Yunli's here too? So he wasn't here.
Right. Everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
Yeah, I can vouch for her. Yunli promised me she wouldn't steal the sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's promise. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Luofu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
Just keep quiet. Yep, now is not the time for bickering.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect.
I mean, it's true after barging into the Artisanship Commission.
First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed Arumatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
Wait. It's like a locked room murder mystery. Wish we had March 7 here.
Hey! It's just a theft.
And still, it's the same. It's the same scenario.
The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
The suspect knew about the box and the sword.
Well, I do know about the box and the cursed sword.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants,
Only the delegation members had access to the sword.
Could it be that someone from the delegation stole the sword?
In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place?
That's true. Maybe they regretted their decision. Not everyone in the delegation has the same agenda.
That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal.
Could it be that Argenti stole the sword?
Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over
But
the
he's
sword
too
to the
big.
Artisanship Commission.
Too bulky.
You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home.
True. That's true too.
He wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Luofu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right?
Frick. Okay, could it be that craftsman stole the sword?
Master Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen and apprentices who were on shift at the time. But I didn't find any suspicious individuals.
Could it be that... Why?
So, did you steal it?
Why would you say that? You freaking fool. No, I didn't.
Then stop joking around.
Yeah, what the freak, man?
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so she couldn't have stolen the sword.
To put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Fair enough.
So,
I didn't steal the sword.
well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
No, this isn't the only remaining possibility. I think we might be missing something here.
If you want to prove me wrong, you better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me gather my thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her name. Did we miss any clues?
Who could have thought that the Miekaki Vesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter? Regardless, we've accomplished our mission, and now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting.
Hang on. Actually, let's continue for a little. Because the sword can take over the ruler's mind. The sword contains an evil... It's not a spirit, bro!
That's enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Miekaki Vesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies. What is, Helio? What? Never mind. The point is that the Miekaki Vesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Okay. That's his testimony. Okay, these guys cannot talk for themselves. Okay, Master Gongshu, Huayan, Yu, and Yunli. So there must be something else. But hang on, I'll be right back.
Nice. Hmm? Nice. Hmm? Nice. Hmm? Nice. Hmm? Nice.
Okay, I'm back. I think we are going to have some dinner, so
Nice.
I will continue this when I come back. Then after we're done with this, If it is dark enough, I will start with my pulling session for facial. And well, besides that, do another one of the what's it called? You know, I'll do some stuff, and then I will do my summon session for facial. I'm actually a little bit concerned about this, but I already made up my mind, and I will try to get facial. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video, comment on the comment section down below. Who do you think stole the sword? Do you because it's going to be quite a trip. So, and also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss on anything that I will be uploading here. And I was Mirko, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!